All right, guys. Today I'm gonna be reacting to Warren Cali, Broadway gangster crips, uh, versus versus rolling 60 crips. He leads to 30 years in jail, 30 years on the pen. Let's get to the video. Shout out G Perico.
So you're her, right? You're the boxer?
Experience the incredible true story of Clarissa Shields.
My baby's going to the Olympics.
I've been working my whole life for this.
Let's go.
All these people getting endorsements. People expect female athletes to behave a certain way. What happened to staying true to who you are?
I think Broadway gangster crip.
Fire inside. PG-13.
All right, guys, let's get to the video.
Welcome back to another episode of Warren Cali. In this episode, I'm going to detail the story of a Broadway gangster crip named Tiny Ainge. Joshua Perez, a.k.a. Tiny Ainge, was a well-respected young member of the Broadway gangster crips. The Broadway gangster crips are a South Central gang comprised of two sets under the Broadway umbrella, being 5 Deuce and 11 Deuce Broadway. Both sets have been around for over 40 years.
First they got a set called 5 Deuce, and it's another one, 11 Deuce, Broadway. Both of them been around for 40 years. Damn, that's crazy. They've been making money for 40 years and stuff.
And have went to war with several gangs.
They went to war with several gangs.
And will go to war with several Bloods and Crips from the west side to the east.
They went to war with Bloods and Crips. I'm saying, Cali gets tricky with Bloods and Crips going against other Bloods and Crips. Like, damn, we all out of state always thought it was Bloods versus Crips, but if you know, you know. It's Crip on Crip and Blood on Blood. Like, damn, that's crazy how the generation switched up from the 80s to like now and stuff. Because you see now Bloods killing Bloods in Cali and Crips killing Crips in Cali. Like, out of state always thought different.
Out of South Central. Since the 70s, the Broadways have been deep in the streets and have made a name for themselves, from the 5 Deuces to the 11 Deuces, and they would have some epic wars. Some of their worst wars have been with gangs like the Denver Lane Bloods and also the East Coast Crips. And the Broadways would be a gang in LA involved in a lot, from drug dealing and murders against rival sets, and Tiny Ainge would be a part of both. In 2012, Tiny Ainge and several other gang members of the Broadways traveled into the territory near Hyde Park District of Los Angeles in a rolling 60s turf and fired a barrage of more than 40 bullets into the crowd of people walking to a rival gang's party. A man named Wayne was killed in a shooting, and 2 others were injured, but they survived. The shooting was motivated by a desire to retaliate against the 60s for the recent murder of a fellow Broadway gangster crip. Everything would go.
You see? Rolling 60s kill a Broadway Crip first. So it's like, y'all mad because we shooting back. Like, y'all kill one of us, so we'll kill one of y'all. So y'all mad about that?
Go downhill for Tiny Ainge when he was pulled over by the police, and the gun used in the shooting was found in his car. It was traced back to the murder.
Oh no, bruh. Now that's crazy. That's real life crazy. You get stopped by the police. You got a gun in your car, and that same gun that was used to a shooting or a murder or whatever happened, you got that bitch you got that hoe in the car. That's crazy. I guess he didn't get the memo to throw that bitch away or some shit.
That he was a part of, and he will also admit to his role in the shooting. And while behind bars, it would get worse for Tiny Ainge. In 2014, a gang injunction and indictment against the Broadway gangster Crips that I covered before in the previous episode will bring down
You always see other sets getting indicted, but you never see the rolling 60s Crips get indicted. And it's so many of them too. Like, doesn't that raise an eyebrow?
plus Broadway members.
Real shit. Really though, like that doesn't raise an eyebrow. Like,
with witness intimidation.
all these
and
other
drug
sets
trafficking.
get indicted, but
Brought up in that indictment,
certain
as
sets
part of
don't.
a
Like,
conspiracy.
come on now.
County Angels
It's like they showing
a
favoritism.
wide range of gang activity, including drug dealing, robbing people on the street, and engaging in violence against rivals, and also members of the gang. And with so much evidence against Tiny Ainge, he would receive 30-year sentence for his crimes. The indictment was called Operation Gremlin Riders, and it took more than 1,300 FBI agents and LAPD officers to bring down 72 people. In a 213-page racketeering indictment that outlines 2 decades of criminal activity at the Broadways, including murders, robberies, extortion, witness intimidation, and like I said, narcotics trafficking. This was a big hit for the Broadways in this indictment. They lost a lot of big names from their set. They lost a lot of moneymakers and also a lot of shooters. So this was a major hit for their gang.
It do hit different when your shooters and your money makers go to that pen, to that level 4 yard. Like, damn, bro, y'all out here snitching for real, bro. Like, first of all, who was the victim in the shooting cases, and how do they get the money makers, the undercover cops? Like, come on now, like. And they be for centuries. It's a word. It's a saying called "the streets talk." So when the streets talk, do they talk about the money makers? All right, guys, that's the end of the video. Like, comment, subscribe, and share.